What is going on, everybody? It is Luke Bella with the Sideline Scoop. So it came out earlier today that Odell Beckham tore his ACL yesterday in the Browns versus Bengals game. I know that it was sometime in the first quarter. Baker Mayfield threw an interception. I think Odell basically tried to, tackle the guy after he threw the interception, ended up tearing his ACL. So that is very unfortunate for this Browns team that's really honestly shocked lots of people this season. I don't think many people thought the Browns would be this good just after last year, sort of how they looked with Baker Mayfield. But now, so far this season, they are 5-2. And so I think now, with Odell being down, it begs a question, like, is this like a really big blow to the team? How is it going to affect them? You know, will they still be able to make the playoffs without Odell being on their team? So in today's video, I'm going to break that down. So first, I want to take a look at the receiving stats for this Browns team up to this point in the season. So here you can see Jarvis Landry, actually number one when it comes to receiving yards, 29 receptions, 367 yards, 0 touchdowns. Odell had 23 receptions, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. So obviously Odell was the number one threat. Jarvis Landry was the second guy, and maybe if Odell played the entire game, he would be ahead of Jarvis Landry so far this season. But now with Odell out, Jarvis Landry is going to be that number one option. And then if you see next, Austin Hooper, 22 receptions, 205 yards, and 1 touchdown. And of course, he had an injury recently, and he should be back sometime soon. And then Kareem Hunt, who has been great receiving out of the backfield. Of course, now with Nick Chubb being down, Kareem Hunt, 16 receptions, 106 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And then Rashard Higgins, 11 receptions, 163 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And so now it looks like Jarvis Landry is going to be the number one guy, and then Rashard Higgins will probably come in as a second wide receiver. Hopefully, too, when Austin Hooper comes back, that will be a great weapon for Baker Mayfield as well. So I think there's no question that Odell is the best wide receiver on that Browns team. But if you take a look at how well Baker Mayfield did the other day after Odell went down, he honestly put up some crazy numbers. He ended up, after starting off 0-5, over 5 with 1 interception, he comes in and then completes 21 passes in a row, which was a Cleveland Browns record. And I think the chance of that happening was like a 0.0005% chance of that happening. Just went out of his mind, threw for 297 yards and 5 touchdowns, giving the Browns a win over that Bengals team. So here's a quote from a CBS article about the game. It says, "The most impressive aspect of Mayfield's success is the unlikely supporting cast. Jarvis Landry finished with 5 receptions for 48 yards despite playing with broken ribs. Tight end Harrison Bryant, a rookie selected in the 4th round in 2020. Wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones, a rookie selected in the 6th round in 2020. And wide receiver Rashard Higgins, a former 5th round pick, not re-signed until April 28th, combined for 13 catches for 222 yards and 3 touchdowns, including the improbable game winner." So even though this game was against a Bengals team that just has a pretty bad secondary, it still showed that Baker Mayfield can spread the ball around to lots of other people. So there are lots of different Browns fans and Browns writers who are basically talking about how Baker Mayfield seems to have better chemistry with lots of other receivers, especially Rashard Higgins, and that maybe at times he was sort of pressured into having to throw to Odell Beckham just because everyone knows he is the best wide receiver on the team. And so he was almost like basically needed to get the ball because why would you not be passing to Odell? And so there's lots of opinions, from the Browns side that sort of seem to think that maybe at times Baker Mayfield can be better without Odell playing. And obviously, when Odell went down the other day, he did come in and, just have a crazy game, completing 21 passes in a row. So maybe that is possible. But at the same time, you don't want to see Odell Beckham go down if you're a Browns fan, just because he's, still one of the top talents in football, the wide receiver position. So now it begs the question, will this team still be able to make the playoffs? So right now, the Browns are 5-2. Of course, the AFC North is stacked. The Steelers are still undefeated at 6-0. The Ravens are 5-1. So obviously, they're probably not going to win that division unless, there's still a chance, but I think it's likely that either Ravens or the Steelers win it. But according to ESPN, they still have a 75.8% chance to make the playoffs, which would be the Browns' first time since 2002. And so I think now with, the playoff expansion, it used to be 6 teams from each division. Now it's 7. I think it's likely the Browns could get maybe get one of those wild card spots. So the fact that Baker Mayfield seems to be heating up right now, and Nick Chubb is coming back in the next couple weeks, obviously one of the best running backs in the NFL. I think when Nick Chubb comes back, when Austin Hooper comes back, I still think this Browns team has a very, very good chance to make the playoffs and to be a great team, even if Odell is down. But that is basically all I wanted to break down today. Go over this Odell injury, sort of how it could affect this team overall. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see some more NFL content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button. It sort of helps with the YouTube algorithm, helps the video get pushed out to more people. So if you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.